So I just got about halfway through the 5 second rule by Mel Robbins. And basically, the 5 second rule is that you count down in your head from 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then an implied blast off where you physically move and get going on whatever it is you need to do. So her main example was in the morning, she would wake up and not be able to get out of bed because she was depressed and all the stuff that was going on in her life, and she was like, I just don't want to. So she watched TV one night, and they saw on TV, her and her husband saw this rocket taking off. And it was a NASA launch, so they counted down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and she was like, you know what, I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to try that. When I wake up, I'm going to be like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump out of bed like a rocket. And basically, that worked out very well for her. She ended up doing a TED Talk on something unrelated and threw it in like as a brief mention at the end. And she claims she got about 100,000 responses of people like, oh my God, this works so well. And she goes through the book explaining how, it's because of your prefrontal cortex and all the scientific information and stuff like that. But I did not really find that it works so far when I've tried it for things like getting out of bed and working, like physical work. I think it might work for some situation where I, say, have to call someone or I have to go to a meeting or talk to someone new, something like that. It might work, but I feel like for physical work, it doesn't work, and for getting out of bed, didn't work for me. Maybe I'm just a hard case, but she says it works for her, and hundreds of thousands of people agree with her. I didn't really like that the book kind of kept going on and basically proving that one thing over and over. There are a couple other things that she talks about. She refers to the procrastination puzzle book that I did a summary of earlier. And she talks about how he says things about procrastination and how it relates to what she says. But for the most part, the whole book is, this is my very simple rule, count down from 5, and these are all the people who loved it. And she gives examples from each person, how they used it, and how it helped them or could potentially help them or you, and how it helped her. But I personally haven't found it to be useful yet, and I'm stopping the book at about chapter 14, I think, and I won't be finishing it unless I run out of other books to read. So I might come back to it later, but probably not, because it gets a little redundant, just kind of trying over and over to prove the concept to you. But it's a super simple concept, and it could have just as easily, in my mind, been a 5-minute YouTube video, which is basically what it started out as and grew from there. So I wouldn't quite recommend it. You pretty much get the whole idea of the book from what I just told you. If you want more reinforcement and proof, then you should read the book. Otherwise, that's about it.